Hello, English learners. Welcome back to Daily English Talks. Today, we are going to do something truly powerful together. We are going to improve your English speaking and conversation skills in a deep, personal, and effective way. All within just 75 minutes. This is not just about repeating words. It's about truly learning how to speak, how to respond, how to keep the conversation flowing with confidence and clarity. If you've ever felt stuck when trying to express yourself, if you've ever searched for the right word, but it just wouldn't come out, then this video is for you. We're going to work through those blocks one step at a time, using natural conversations, real examples, and calm, clear practice. I'll be with you the whole time, speaking slowly and clearly, so you can follow along, shadow with me, and grow your fluency with ease. So, take a deep breath, relax, and let's begin this journey together. You're not alone. You have the power to improve. And today, we start speaking English like never before. So, let's begin our journey by thinking about a normal conversation you might have in your everyday life. Imagine you walk into a coffee shop. You see the menu. You smile at the barista, and you say, "Hi, can I get a medium latte, please?" That's a simple sentence, right? But it's packed with fluency power because you're using a real sentence in a real moment. That's where fluency starts. Not in memorizing vocabulary, but in learning how to use it when you need it. Now say it with me slowly. Hi, can I get a medium latte, please? Let's try again. This time, imagine you're really there. Hi, can I get a medium latte, please? Good. That's how we'll practice together. You'll hear me, you'll repeat, and you'll feel more natural every time. Let's take another real moment from daily life. You're walking into work or school or a class. Someone asks, "Hey, how are you?" What do you say? Most learners just answer with, "I'm fine." But let's go deeper. Let's say, "I'm doing pretty well, thanks. How about you?" Now, repeat after me. I'm doing pretty well, thanks. How about you? Again, slowly. I'm doing pretty well, thanks. How about you? This small change makes your English sound more alive, more human, more like a real speaker. That's what we want. Not just to speak English, but to speak it like we're truly part of it. Now imagine you're calling your friend. You want to meet up. What would you say? Hey, do you want to grab lunch today? Simple but fluent. Let's break it down. Hey, do you want to grab lunch today? Now say the whole sentence with me. Hey, do you want to grab lunch today? That's a real invitation. Try saying it again. But this time, picture the person in front of you. Feel the natural tone, the light, friendly feeling in your voice. That's the heart of conversation, not only the words, but the feeling behind them. Here's a powerful tip for fluency. Every sentence you practice with emotion. If you're excited, sound excited. If you're sad, show it. This makes your speaking more expressive and real. Let's try this now with a happy sentence. I just got great news. Now repeat it after me with energy. I just got great news. Feel the smile in your voice. Now try one with curiosity. What happened after that? Say it like you really want to know. What happened after that? Practicing like this trains your brain to speak with rhythm and emotion, which is how native speakers naturally talk. Let's move to a different situation. You're meeting someone new, and they ask you, "So, what do you do?" This is a very common question in English. How can you answer naturally? You could say, I work in marketing, or I'm a teacher, or I'm still studying at university. Let's try of these together. I work in marketing. Repeat after me. I work in marketing. Good. Now, I'm a teacher. Again, I'm a teacher. One more. I'm still studying at university. Say it slowly. I'm still studying at university. Excellent. These answers are simple, but they're real, and you'll use them often. Now let's practice a short dialogue. I'll say one line, then leave space for you to answer. Ready? Hi, I'm Mia. Nice to meet you. Now you respond. Say, hi, I'm your name. Nice to meet you too. Good. Let's do it again. Hi, I'm Mia. Nice to meet you. You reply. Hi, I'm your name. Nice to meet you too. That's a real-life greeting. You've just had a natural conversation. This is how we build fluency, step by step, sentence by sentence. Let's add more variety now. Imagine you're in a restaurant and you want to ask for the menu. What would you say? Try this. Could I see the menu, please? Repeat after me. Could I see the menu, please? Good. Now let's make a full conversation out of it. You walk in and say, Hi, could I see the menu, please? The server says, Sure, here you go. And you reply, Thanks so much. Let's try that together. Hi, could I see the menu, please? Sure, here you go. Thanks so much. This kind of role play is very powerful because you're practicing the flow, the rhythm, the back and forth of English. One of the most important skills in conversation is asking questions. Questions keep the conversation alive. So, let's practice some common ones. What do you like to do in your free time? Repeat with me. What do you like to do in your free time? Now ask this. Where are you from? And then, how long have you lived there? These are great questions to keep talking and connecting. Now, let's try this full short conversation. You say, "Where are you from?" The person says, "I'm from Brazil." You say, "Oh, cool. How long have you lived there?" That's how we create real conversations, piece by piece. If you're alone and want to practice, here's something you can do. Talk to yourself out loud. Yes, ally. Talk about your day in English. For example, this morning I woke up at 7 a.m. I had a cup of coffee. I checked my messages, and then I got ready for work. Now try saying your version of that. Speak it out loud. Describe what you did today. Don't worry about mistakes. Just keep speaking. Speaking out loud trains your mouth, your memory, and your fluency. Let's keep that going with this shadowing activity. I'll say a full paragraph, and you repeat it right after me. Ready? Today was a busy day. I had 3 meetings in the morning. Then I went to lunch with a friend. In the afternoon, I answered emails and worked on a project. Now, I'm relaxing and learning English. Now it's your turn. Say the whole thing again slowly. Imagine you're telling this to someone. Feel it in your voice. This is how shadowing works. You copy the sound, the flow, and the emotion. Now, let's imagine another real moment. You're at a store, looking for something, but you can't find it. You walk up to an employee and say, "Excuse me, do you have any umbrellas?" That one sentence contains so much politeness, grammar, and fluency. Let's say it together slowly. Excuse me, do you have any umbrellas? Again, with natural tone. Excuse me, do you have any umbrellas? Now imagine their answer is, yes, they're in aisle 4. And you reply, "Thank you so much." A short, real exchange. These small moments are the building blocks of confidence. The more you practice them, the more natural your English will sound. Another important situation: asking for help or clarification. This is something learners often avoid, but it's a powerful skill. If you don't understand something, don't be afraid to say, "Sorry, could you repeat that?" Or, "I didn't catch that. Can you say it again?" Try repeating those with me. "Sorry, could you repeat that?" "I didn't catch that. Can you say it again?" These phrases show confidence, not weakness. They show that you're engaged in the conversation and that you care about getting things right. It's perfectly okay to ask for repetition. Even native speakers do it all the time. Let's talk about confidence for a moment. Speaking English is not just about words and grammar. It's about feeling safe enough to express yourself. And that takes practice, not only with language, but with your mindset. So say this with me. It's okay to make mistakes. I'm learning, and I'm improving every day. Again. It's okay to make mistakes. I'm learning and I'm improving every day. When you speak with that belief, you create space for fluency to grow. So even if your sentence isn't perfect, say it anyway. Speak, then correct yourself gently, then speak again. Let's practice self-correction. It's a helpful skill. Imagine you say, he go to work at 9. Then you pause and say, sorry, he goes to work at 9. That's beautiful learning. Let's try it together. First say, he go to work at 9. Now correct it. He goes to work at 9. You've just learned in real time. That's the power of practicing with correction, not fear. Always be kind to yourself when learning. Now let's picture this moment. You meet someone at a party and you want to start a conversation. What could you say? Try this. Hi, I don't think we've met yet. I'm Mia. Then you ask, what brings you here tonight? Let's say that together. Hi, I don't think we've met yet. I'm Mia. What brings you here tonight? That's friendly, confident, and open. Now imagine their answer. Oh, I'm a friend of Anna's. Then you say, oh, nice. How do you know her? That back and forth is how conversations flow naturally. One sentence leads to another, and suddenly you're connecting. Let's keep practicing natural responses. I'll say a question. You give a short answer, then I'll give a possible follow-up. Ready? Do you like cooking? You answer. Maybe you said, yes, I really enjoy it. Then I say, what's your favorite thing to cook? Now you answer that. These are the types of moments that help you stay in the conversation. Let's do another one. Have you traveled anywhere recently? Your answer might be, yes, I went to the mountains last month. I respond, that sounds relaxing. What did you do there? Do you see how one question opens a whole story? This is how real talk works. Here's a daily speaking exercise you can try alone. Choose any activity in your day. Washing dishes, walking, brushing your teeth, and describe what you're doing out loud in English. For example, I'm washing this plate. Now I'm rinsing it. I'm putting it on the rack. Simple, right? But this kind of speaking builds fluency deeply because your brain starts to connect words with actions. You stop translating and you start thinking directly in English. That's a big step toward real fluency. Let's try it now. I'll walk through a daily moment, and you repeat after me. I wake up, I check the time, I stretch my arms, I get out of bed, I walk to the bathroom, I brush my teeth, I wash my face, I get dressed. Try saying each sentence again, slowly. Let your voice follow your imagination. Picture the actions. Feel the words. You're practicing not just vocabulary, but the rhythm of life in English. Let's talk now about small talk. This is a big part of English conversation. Small talk means short, friendly conversations, like in elevators, offices, or waiting in line. Here's an example. You're waiting for the bus, and someone says, "Nice weather today, isn't it?" How do you respond? "Yeah, it's beautiful, not too hot." That's small talk. Now you ask a follow-up. "Do you take this bus every day?" That starts a friendly chat. Let's say the whole conversation together. "Nice weather today, isn't it?" "Yeah, it's beautiful, not too hot." "Do you take this bus every day?" You're doing real practice, and that's how you grow your confidence. A great way to get better at small talk is to observe it in real life. Watch TV shows. Listen to how characters greet each other. Notice how they ask and answer casually. For example, one character might say, "How's it going?" And other says, "Good, just busy with work." Then one asks, "Weekend plans?" And the other says, "Maybe just relaxing." That's the kind of short talk we're aiming for. Relaxed, simple, natural. Try saying those lines with me now. "How's it going?" "Good, just busy with work." "Weekend plans?" "Maybe just relaxing." Excellent. Keep this kind of language in your daily practice. Now, here's something fun to do for fluency. Storytelling. When you tell a story, even a short one, you practice linking ideas, using the past tense, and describing things. Let me tell you a short one and you repeat it with me. Last weekend, I went to a small town with my family. We stayed in a cozy cabin near the lake. In the morning, we made breakfast together, then we went for a hike. The view was amazing. Now try to tell your own story like that, even if it's short. Just start with, "Last weekend, and keep going. Tell it out loud. You don't need perfect grammar, just the courage to speak. Let's do that again together. I'll say a sentence, then leave space for you to repeat. I woke up early on Sunday. I made some tea. I listened to music. I cleaned my room. I went for a walk in the park. I met a friend and we talked for a while. Then I came home and made dinner. Now say the whole thing again, as if you're telling it to a friend. That's what conversation is, telling little stories about your life. One final idea for today. Record yourself speaking. Then listen back. This might feel strange at first, but it helps you hear how you really sound. You can notice your rhythm, your clarity, and your pronunciation. Don't judge, just observe. Speak a sentence like, "Today I went to the store to buy fruit." Then listen. Do you sound clear? Is your pace too fast or slow? Make small adjustments and try again. Over time, your confidence will grow because you're hearing yourself improve. Let's now think about how we express our opinions in English. This is something that often makes learners nervous, but it's one of the most important skills in conversation. People want to know what you think, how you feel, what you believe. So let's practice together using some simple opinion starters. Say this with me. I think. I feel like. In my opinion. These short phrases can begin so many great conversations. For example, I think summer is the best season. Or, in my opinion, learning English every day makes a big difference. Try creating your own opinion sentence now. Say it out loud. Let your thoughts become English words. Let's take a deeper look at that idea. Imagine someone asks you, "What's your favorite type of music?" You might say, "I really like soft acoustic music. It helps me relax." Or maybe, "I'm into upbeat dance music. It gives me energy." Let's practice both. I really like soft acoustic music. Again, slowly. It helps me relax. Now try. I'm into upbeat dance music, and it gives me energy. These are full ideas shared in a natural tone. When you answer like this, you not only practice English, you build connection. Now try responding with a reason. That's a great way to sound more fluent. You can say, because, or it's because. For example, I enjoy watching movies in English because it helps me learn new words. Let's try that one. I enjoy watching movies in English because it helps me learn new words. Now your turn. Think of something you enjoy and why. Say it out loud. Practice combining your feelings and your reasons into one flowing sentence. Let's continue by learning how to express agreement or disagreement in a friendly way. These are important conversation tools. Let's say you agree with someone. Try these. Yeah, I totally agree. That's true. You're right about that. Repeat with me. Yeah, I totally agree. That's true. You're right about that. Now, if you disagree politely, try these. I see your point, but that's interesting, though I think. I'm not so sure about that. Repeat them slowly. I see your point, but that's interesting, though I think. These help keep the conversation open and respectful, even with different views. Now let's bring those skills into practice. Imagine someone says, I think learning English is too hard. You want to disagree kindly. Try saying, I see your point, but I believe with small daily practice it gets easier. Let's say that together. I see your point, but I believe with small daily practice it gets easier. That's thoughtful, polite, and fluent. Practice saying that a few times until it feels comfortable. You're now practicing both speaking and social skills at once. Let's move to another powerful skill, describing things. When you describe something, you add detail, texture, and feeling to your words. For example, instead of saying, "I saw a dog," you can say, "I saw a big brown dog running through the park with its tail wagging." Let's break that down. A big brown dog running through the park with its tail wagging. These descriptions make your English more vivid, more alive. Let's try another. She wore a bright red jacket that stood out in the crowd. Try saying that slowly with me. She wore a bright red jacket that stood out in the crowd. Descriptive language helps your listeners see what you see. Now it's your turn. Look around wherever you are. Find one object and describe it out loud. For example, I see a small round table. It's made of wood, and there's a white cup on it. Try making a description now. Keep it simple, but detailed. Practicing this daily builds your ability to express yourself naturally and clearly. Let's now work with emotions. Talking about how we feel is key to real conversations. Say these sentences after me. I'm feeling really happy today. I felt a bit tired this morning. I'm excited about tomorrow. Sometimes I feel nervous before speaking English. These are all real human feelings. The more comfortable you are sharing them, the more genuine your English becomes. Now, take a moment and speak your truth. Say how you feel right now. Start with "I feel" and complete the sentence out loud. Let your English express your emotions. Let's now imagine a phone conversation. These can be more difficult because we don't see the other person's face. So tone and clarity are very important. Let's practice a short phone call. I'll say the lines and leave space for you to respond. Hello, this is Mia speaking. Your turn. Say, "Hi Mia, this is your name." Now I say, "How can I help you today?" You might say, "I just had a quick question about our meeting." Then I say, "Sure, what would you like to know?" And you say, "What time are we starting tomorrow?" I reply, "We're starting at 10 a.m. And you say, "Great, thank you." That's a full phone exchange. You just practiced a complete, professional mini call in English. Now let's try something more casual. A friendly call between two friends. Hey, what's up? You say, "Not much, just relaxing." You? I say, "Same here. Wanna hang out later?" You respond, "Yeah, sounds good. What time?" I say, "How about 6?" You say, "Perfect. See you then." This is real English in action. Short, simple, natural responses. Try repeating the whole flow again with me. Then do it on your own, imagining both voices. This builds not only your fluency, but your confidence in everyday situations. Now let's focus on fluency speed. Sometimes we think too much before speaking, and that slows us down. But if we practice small sentence chunks, we can speak more smoothly. Let's try that now. Listen and repeat quickly after me. I'm going to the store. Do you want to come? I'll be back soon. It's getting cold outside. Let's grab some coffee. I need a break. That sounds fun. I'm not sure. These are small pieces, but they build your reaction time. Practice them daily to train your speaking muscle. Let's build on that by linking sentences. Try this. I'm tired, but I still have to work. Now say, it's raining, so I'll stay home. Then, I'm hungry. Let's get something to eat. These connections are called linking words, and they make your speaking flow better. Practice combining your thoughts like this whenever you speak, so your English doesn't sound like a list of words, but a flowing river of meaning. Here's a fun fluency task. Choose 5 random things in your room and say a sentence about each. For example, this is my notebook. I use it for writing ideas. That's my mug. I drink tea in it every day. There's a window. It lets in fresh air. This chair is really comfortable. My phone is charging on the desk. Now you try. Look around. Speak out loud. Make it part of your routine. Describe your space in English and make it a daily game. Let's now take a moment to focus on how to continue a conversation naturally. Sometimes we don't know what to say next, and that's okay. But there are some helpful phrases we can use to keep things going. For example, if someone tells you something interesting, you can say, "Oh, really? Tell me more." Or, "That's interesting. What happened next?" Let's practice those together. "Oh, really? Tell me more." And, "That's interesting. What happened next?" These simple phrases show you're listening, and they keep the conversation alive. Another great way to continue speaking is to relate to what the other person said. For example, they say, "I went hiking this weekend." And you say, "Oh, nice. I love hiking too. Where did you go?" That creates connection. Let's say that together. "Oh, nice. I love hiking too. Where did you go?" These small expressions help build warmth and friendliness in English conversation. Practice reacting to different statements like this. If someone says, "I had a tough day," you might say, "I'm sorry to hear that. Want to talk about it?" Try that now. "I'm sorry to hear that. Want to talk about it?" You're practicing empathy in English, and that's just as important as vocabulary. Now imagine you're in a group conversation. This can feel harder because more people are talking, but the key is to listen actively and find your moment to join in. A simple way to add your thoughts is by saying, I agree with that, or that reminds me of something. Then you continue with your story. For example, that reminds me of a time I missed the bus and had to walk for an hour. Now you try. Think of something someone might say and practice adding a thought that connects. Don't worry if it's not perfect. Just speak. Let's now explore how we can practice storytelling more deeply. Storytelling is one of the best ways to become a fluent speaker. So let's create a story together, sentence by sentence. I'll start, and you'll continue. Here we go. Last summer, I traveled to a small island with my cousins. Now add your sentence. Maybe something like, we stayed in a little house near the beach. Then I say, every morning we woke up to the sound of waves. Now you, maybe. We spent our days swimming, eating local food and exploring hidden places. These little moments are what make storytelling rich. Practice telling stories from your life, even simple ones like a trip to the store. They all count. If you ever feel like you don't have anything to say, remember this. You can always talk about your day. Even just saying, I woke up late this morning because I stayed up reading a book. That's already a full idea. Add a little more. I had coffee, checked my phone, then rushed to work. You now have a full paragraph. Let's try it together. Think about yesterday and speak it out loud in English. Yesterday, and go on. It can be 2 sentences or 10. The key is to speak without stopping. Let the words come, like a river flowing gently from your thoughts. Her is another fluency trick. Use time phrases to structure your speaking. Words like first, then, after that, finally. These give shape to your ideas. Let's try it with a morning routine. First, I woke up. Then I got dressed. After that, I made breakfast. Finally, I left for work. Let's do that again, together. First, I woke up. Then, I got dressed. After that, I made breakfast. Finally, I left for work. Now, create your own version. Pick any moment of your day and describe it with time words. This kind of structure helps your brain speak in clear, organized English. Let's practice a slightly longer story now. I'll say it. Then you repeat it slowly. Last Friday, I had a long day at work. When I finally got home, I made a cup of tea and sat by the window. The sky was turning orange as the sun set. I felt peaceful just watching the world slow down. Now take a breath and say it back slowly in your own voice. This is how you train fluency, by imitating real language, with emotion, with rhythm, with calm repetition. It's time to talk a little about pronunciation. A very helpful way to sound more natural is to use contractions. Instead of I am, say I'm. Instead of he is, say he's. Instead of they are, say they're. These small changes make your English smoother. Let's practice. I'm learning English. She's a great teacher. They're going to the movies. Say those again with me. I'm learning English. She's a great teacher. They're going to the movies. Keep practicing contractions every day, and they will become automatic in your speech. Let's add some practice with common reductions in spoken English. Instead of going to, we often say gonna, like, I'm gonna call her later. Or instead of want to, we say wanna, like, do you want to go out tonight? These are informal but very common in conversation. Say them with me. I'm gonna go for a walk. Do you want to come with me? These little shifts will help you understand native speakers better and help you sound more relaxed when you speak. Now imagine you're planning something with a friend. This is a good chance to practice future tense and making suggestions. Say this. Let's go to the park tomorrow. Or, we could watch a movie this weekend. Or even, how about trying that new cafe? Repeat those with me now. Let's go to the park tomorrow. We could watch a movie this weekend. How about trying that new cafe? When you get used to suggesting ideas, you'll find it easier to keep conversations flowing with friends, co-workers, and new people alike. Let's try a short conversation now. You say, "Hey, do you have any plans for Saturday?" The other person says, "Not yet. Why?" You say, "I was thinking we could go for a hike." They say, "That sounds great. What time?" You reply, "Maybe around 10 in the morning?" And they say, "Perfect. I'll bring snacks." That's a natural plan-making conversation. Let's say it again together, sentence by sentence. Feel the tone, the pacing, the friendliness. This is the kind of English you want to feel comfortable using in real life. Another powerful way to grow your fluency is through reflecting on past conversations. After you speak in English with someone, take a moment later to review it. Ask yourself, what did I say well? What did I want to say but didn't know how? Then practice saying those things now. For example, maybe you wanted to say, "I had a great weekend with my cousins. We played games all night." But you only said weekend, family, fun. That's okay. Now you can say the full version. I had a great weekend with my cousins. We played games all night. This is how you learn from your real-life moments. Let's practice expanding ideas. I'll give you a short sentence, and then we'll grow it. Start with, "I like reading." Now add a little, "I like reading, especially mystery novels." Now a little more, "I like reading, especially mystery novels, because they keep me guessing." Again, we build fluency not with fancy words, but with growing ideas. Try one more. "I enjoy cooking. Expand it to, I enjoy cooking, especially pasta dishes. Then, I enjoy cooking, especially pasta dishes, because they're simple and delicious. Keep practicing this in your daily life. Take small sentences and make them fuller. Let's now look at how to express your preferences and talk about things you like or dislike. This is something we do all the time in conversation, and it's a great way to connect with people. Let's begin with some simple phrases. I like, I love, I really enjoy. Say them with me. I like, I love, I really enjoy. Now try to complete the sentence. For example, I really enjoy long walks in the evening, or I love cooking for my family. You try now. Think of one thing you enjoy. Say it aloud using one of these phrases. Practice adding a reason to, like, I love gardening because it helps me relax. Now let's try the opposite, talking about things you don't enjoy. We can say, I don't like, or I'm not a big fan of, or I'd rather not. Let's try together. I don't like loud places. I'm not a big fan of horror movies. I'd rather not eat spicy food. These sentences are polite and natural, even when talking about dislikes. You don't need to be negative to express your preferences. Just be honest and kind with your words. Now let's practice a conversation using likes and dislikes. I'll say one part, and you respond. Ready? I say, do you enjoy cooking? You say, yes, I love trying new recipes. Then I say, that's awesome. What's your favorite dish to make? You say, probably pasta. It's easy and always delicious. Now let's switch. You ask, do you like going to the beach? I say, I do, especially in the early morning when it's quiet. You say, that sounds peaceful. I prefer going in the evening to watch the sunset. That's how real conversation works. Natural, expressive, and full of connection. Let's practice another Fluency exercise called This or That. I'll give you two options, and you'll choose one and say why. For example, tea or coffee. You say, I prefer coffee because it helps me wake up. Now you try. Books or movies? Pick one. Then say, I prefer my because. Let's keep going. Morning or night? Winter or summer? Travel by train or by plane? Keep answering aloud. Explain your reasons. This gives your brain more power to organize ideas and express them smoothly in English. Now, let's talk about routines. Routines are a great topic for practicing English conversation because they are personal, simple, and easy to describe. Let's begin with morning routines. Say this with me. In the morning, I usually wake up at 7. I brush my teeth, take a shower, and make breakfast. Then I check my phone and get ready for the day. Let's try again slowly. I usually wake up at 7. I brush my teeth. I take a shower. I make breakfast. I check my phone. I get ready for the day. These short lines are simple but powerful fluency practice. Now talk about your own routine out loud. What time do you wake up? What do you do first? Say it in full sentences. I wake up at 6:30. Then I stretch and drink water. I prepare breakfast for my kids. Keep going. Build your speaking from your daily life. This is how fluency becomes part of you, not through memorizing, but by practicing your real thoughts in English. Let's shift now to the evening routine. Here's an example. After work, I like to relax with a cup of tea. I sometimes watch a show or read a book. Before bed, I write in my journal. Say those with me. After work, I like to relax. I watch a show or read a book. I write in my journal. Now describe your own evening. Say it out loud, even if it's just 2 sentences. Practicing in your own words makes your English stronger every day. Let's now focus on express singability using phrases like can, can't, know how to, and be able to. These are useful when talking about skills. Say this with me. I can cook Italian food. I can't swim very well. I know how to play the guitar. I'm able to speak 3 languages. Now you try. Think of something you can do. Say, I can, and complete the sentence. Now something you can't do. Say, I can't. Then something you're learning. I'm learning how to. These sentences help you speak about your skills and your goals. Let's create a conversation around this. You say, can you drive? I say, yes, I've been driving for 5 years. You say, nice, I'm still learning. I say, you'll get it. Practice makes progress. That's a real conversation about ability and learning. Try creating your own dialogue like that. You can even write it down, then say it out loud. This helps you build natural conversation structure from your own experience. Here's another common and helpful structure. Used to. It helps you talk about past habits. For example, I used to stay up late. I used to eat fast food every day. I used to be afraid of speaking English. Let's practice them. Say them out loud. Then say how you changed. For example, but now I go to bed early. But now I eat healthier. But now I feel more confident. These contrasting sentences show growth, and they're very effective for storytelling and conversation. Let's move into another important skill, asking for and giving advice. Let's say you have a friend who's nervous about an English test. You can say, don't worry, just practice a little every day. Or, try watching short videos and repeating them. These are gentle ways to offer help. Now, let's practice asking for advice. What do you think I should do? Do you have any suggestions? Can you give me some tips? These are common and polite ways to ask. Say them with me. What do you think to do? Do you have any suggestions? Can you give me some tips? Let's now build a full C conversation. You say, I'm feeling nervous about my presentation. I say, that's normal. Want some tips? You say, yes, please. I say, try practicing in front of a mirror and speak slowly. You say, that's a good idea. I'll try it. Conversations like this help you practice support, empathy, and communication, all in English. Let's now talk about expressing hopes and future plans. We use phrases like, I hope to, I'd like to, I plan to. Try these with me. I hope to travel more next year. I'd like to improve my English fluency. I plan to take an online course. Now you try. Think about something you want to do. Say it out loud. I'd like to. Complete the sentence. This is a great way to build confidence and share your dreams in English. Now let's create a short paragraph using all of this. Next year, I hope to travel to Europe. I'd like to visit Italy and try real Italian food. I also plan to keep practicing my English so I can speak more confidently. Try saying this whole paragraph aloud, then create your own version. Use your own dreams, your own goals. This is how your English becomes personal and powerful. Now let's take a moment to talk about describing people. This is something you'll often do in conversations. You might describe a friend, a teacher, a colleague, or someone you just met. The key is to use simple adjectives that bring your description to life. Let's begin with physical appearance. You can say things like, he's tall and has short dark hair, or she wears glasses and has a bright smile. Repeat after me. He's tall and has short dark hair. She wears glasses and has a bright smile. Now think of someone you know. Describe them out loud. Use basic words like tall, short, friendly, funny, quiet, kind. These everyday words are powerful in conversation. Next, let's describe personality. We might say, he's very outgoing. He loves talking to people. Or, she's really thoughtful. She always remembers birthdays. Try those with me. He's very outgoing. She's really thoughtful. Now you try. Think of someone and describe their personality using just 1 or 2 simple sentences. This is great fluency practice because it's personal and it helps you connect to your English on a deeper level. Let's create a short paragraph. My best friend is smart and creative. She always has new ideas. We've known each other since school, and she's the person I can always trust. Now say that with me, slowly. My best friend is smart and creative. She always has new ideas. We've known each other since school. She's the person I can always trust. Now make your own version of that paragraph. Think about someone close to you and talk about them out loud in English. Just a few lines. Real speaking from real feelings builds powerful fluency. Now let's talk about expressing emotions in everyday moments. This is something that makes your English feel natural and human. For example, I felt really happy when I passed my exam. Or, I was frustrated because I missed the bus. Let's practice saying these sentences together. I felt really happy when I passed my exam. I was frustrated because I missed the bus. Now think about your own life. Describe an emotional moment using I felt or I was. For example, I was nervous before my job interview, or I felt relaxed after the long walk. These small moments help you practice both speaking and emotional expression. Here's a fun way to practice speaking about emotions. Pick any situation from your week and talk about it using feeling words. For example, yesterday I had a busy day at work. I felt tired but proud of what I accomplished. Now you try. Think about yesterday or today. Say what you did and how it made you feel. This kind of reflection is great for improving your vocabulary and speaking fluency at the same time. Now, let's talk about giving directions or instructions. This is useful in everyday situations, like helping someone find a location, or explaining how to do something. Let's start with location directions. Say this with me. Go straight for 2 blocks. Turn left at the traffic light. It's on the right, next to the pharmacy. Again. Go straight for 2 blocks. Turn left at the traffic light. It's on the right, next to the pharmacy. These short phrases are essential for giving directions. Practice by imagining you're guiding a tourist in your city. Speak out loud. Walk straight, turn right. You'll see the coffee shop on your left. Let's now give instructions for doing something at home, like making tea. First, boil some water. Then, place the tea bag in a cup. Pour the hot water over the tea bag. Let it sit for a few minutes. Add sugar or milk if you like. Say those steps with me. Slowly. First, boil some water. Then, place the tea bag in a cup. Pour the hot water over the tea bag. Let it sit for a few minutes. Add sugar or milk if you like. This is real-world English, and you can use it to explain anything, from cooking to fixing something to helping a friend. Let's now practice using conditionals in daily conversation. These are sentences like, if I have time tomorrow, I'll go shopping. Or, if it rains, we'll stay inside. Try these with me. If I have time tomorrow, I'll go shopping. If it rains, we'll stay inside. If I study every day, I'll improve my English. Now create your own. Start with if and finish the sentence with something real from your life. These structures are so common in English, and the more you use them, the more natural your speaking becomes. Let's do some what-if practice for fun. What if you could travel anywhere in the world? You could say, I'd go to Japan and try all the food. Try that with me. If I could travel anywhere, I'd go to... Now fill it in with your own dream. Say it out loud. Feel the freedom of imagining in English. This kind of practice makes your speaking creative and joyful. Now let's build fluency through a game called Expand the Sentence. We start with a very simple line, and we keep adding details. For example, I have a cat. Let's expand it. I have a cat named Luna. She's small and gray. She loves sitting by the window in the morning sun. Now you have a full, rich paragraph, all starting from one simple sentence. Try this now. Start with I have a, and build it sentence by sentence. Maybe it's a pet, or a family member, or a favorite object. Speak it slowly, one layer at a time. Here's another expansion exercise. I like music. Let's add. I like music, especially jazz. I listen to it in the evening while cooking. It helps me relax after a busy day. Now you say it. I like music. Then add your own details. Expand naturally. This kind of layered speaking helps you think in English without needing translation, and it helps your ideas flow with ease. Now let's practice describing places. For example, your favorite cafe, or your room, or your neighborhood. Let's try one together. My favorite cafe is small and cozy. There are plants near the windows. The coffee smells amazing. People sit quietly, reading or working on laptops. Now you try. Pick one place you love and describe it out loud. Use simple language. Talk about the colors, the sounds, the feelings. Bring it to life in English. This is how your speaking becomes natural and full of meaning. Here's a full example. Repeat after me. There's a small park near my house. It has green grass and tall trees. Children play there in the afternoon. I like to sit on the bench and read a book. It's quiet and peaceful. That's a complete image, and it helps you practice vocabulary, structure, and rhythm. Create your own version now. Pick a place you know well and describe it in your own words. Let's end this part with a calming reflection practice. Say this with me. Every day I speak a little more. Every day I understand a little more. I'm getting better step by step. I don't need to be perfect. I just need to keep going. These words are for you, to carry in your heart as you speak English with more freedom, more clarity, and more courage. You are improving. And the more you speak from your daily life, the more natural your fluency becomes. Let's now practice how to speak naturally in different social settings. Imagine you're meeting someone for the first time. You don't know much about them, but you want to start a friendly conversation. You can begin with simple questions like, "Where are you from?" "What do you do?" Or, "Have you been here before?" These are small but powerful. Let's say them together. Where are you from? What do you do? Have you been here before? Now try asking one of those questions out loud. Then answer it from your own perspective. This helps you become both the speaker and the listener in your practice. Now picture a relaxed group setting. Maybe you're at a friend's house or a small event. You can join the conversation by saying, "That reminds me of something funny," or, "Oh, I've had a similar experience." Say these with me. That reminds me of something funny. Oh, I've had a similar experience. These phrases invite others to listen to your story, and they help you build connection in a gentle, confident way. Let's practice a story together. I'll say it in simple lines, and you repeat after me. Last month, I went to a small art show. I didn't know many people there, but one painting really caught my eye. It was a picture of a rainy street in Paris. A woman in a red coat was walking alone. It made me feel peaceful. Now say the story again, in your own voice. Add one detail from your imagination. This exercise is great for growing both your fluency and your creative thinking in English. Now let's imagine you're talking with someone at work or in a classroom. This is a more polite and clear style of speaking. You might say things like, "Would you mind helping me with this?" Or, "Could you explain that again, please?" These are helpful and respectful. Repeat them with me. Would you mind helping me with this? Could you explain that again, please? Now imagine you're asking a teacher or a coworker. Practice saying one polite question just like that. Calm tone, clear words, strong presence. Sometimes you'll need to give your opinion in a formal setting. In those cases, you can say, "I believe that," or, "In my experience." For example, "I believe that teamwork is essential for success," or, "In my experience, speaking regularly is more helpful than studying grammar alone." Try one with me. I believe that, and finish the sentence with something true for you. Keep your voice soft but clear. These habits build long-term confidence. Let's practice another fluency tool, paraphrasing. That means saying something in a different way, using your own words. It's a great skill for when you don't understand something or when you want to sound more fluent. For example, if someone says, "The movie was incredibly moving," you could say, "Yes, it was really emotional." Or if they say, "I had a rough day," you can say, Sounds like it was stressful. Let's try some together. I'm starving becomes you're really hungry. She's super talented becomes she's really good at what she does. Practice this by listening to a sentence and trying to say the same idea in your own words. This builds your vocabulary naturally. Now let's imagine you're in a cafe waiting in line. A stranger starts talking to you. Maybe they say, "That pastry looks delicious. Have you tried it before?" You can say, "Not yet, but I'm thinking about it." Or, "No, it's my first time here." Say those with me. Not yet, but I'm thinking about it. No, it's my first time here. These small exchanges are often the start of longer conversations. Practice responding with short, friendly answers. Even if you're just talking to yourself during a walk or while shopping, let's try a short, casual conversation about food. I'll go first. Do you like cooking at home? You say, "Yeah, I cook most nights." Then I say, "What's your favorite dish to make?" You respond, "Probably stir fry. It's easy and tasty." That's it. Just a few sentences and you've had a complete exchange. Try having these kinds of mini dialogues in your practice time. You can even write your own questions and answer them out loud. Let's now do some fluency rhythm work. I'll say short phrases, and you repeat them back naturally, like music. I'm on my way. Let me check. Sounds good. Give me a second. I'll be right there. No worries. Take your time. These phrases are short and relaxed, but they appear in English conversation all the time. Say them again with me, slowly, then faster, until they feel like part of your natural speech. Let's use those phrases in short exchanges. I say, "Are you almost here?" You say, "I'm on my way." I say, "Can you hold on?" You say, "Give me a second." I say, "Sorry I'm late." You say, "No worries. Take your time." These tiny role plays are easy to practice, and you can repeat them every day to build fluency you can feel. Now let's do a memory and response drill. I'll say a sentence, then you try to respond with something that makes sense. Ready? It's really cold today. You might say, "Yeah, I had to wear 2 jackets." Let's try another. "I just got back from vacation." You say, "Nice. Where did you go?" One more. "I'm learning how to cook Indian food." You say, "That's awesome. I love Indian dishes." These are real-life reactions. And the more you practice them, the quicker your brain gets at responding in English. Here's a speaking game to try alone or with a friend. It's called 5 sentences. Choose a topic, like travel, food, or hobbies, and speak 5 sentences about it without stopping. For example, I love traveling. My favorite place is the mountains. I went there last year with friends. The air was so fresh. I'd love to go again soon. Now you try. Pick your own topic and speak 5 sentences without planning. Just let the words flow. This helps you build confidence and fluency at the same time. Let's do one together now. Topic: music. Say with me, I listen to music every day. My favorite genre is jazz. I usually play it while working. It helps me stay calm and focused. Sometimes I dance around the room when no one's watching. That's a fun way to practice, right? You're speaking about something real, and you're linking your thoughts naturally. Now, let's bring it all back to your daily world. Try to make English part of your regular life, not just when you study, but when you walk, cook, clean, or rest. Speak short sentences about what you're doing. I'm making tea. I'm folding clothes. I'm thinking about tomorrow. These are not just simple observations. They're building your fluency muscle every single day. Every single word matters. Let's take a moment to think about how we ask and answer questions in everyday life. Questions are the heartbeat of conversation, and learning to ask the right question and answer it naturally is a big part of sounding fluent. Let's start with basic but powerful ones. What do you do? Where do you live? What do you like to do in your free time? Repeat these slowly with me. What do you do? Where do you live? What do you like to do in your free time? These are the kinds of questions that open doors in small talk and deeper conversations alike. Now, let's build your answers. Take this one. What do you do? You could say, I work in customer service at a bank, or I'm a university student studying biology, or even, right now I'm between jobs, but I'm looking for something in marketing. Practice one out loud now. Think about your real life and speak it clearly. Even if it's just a short answer, your voice matters. And the more you use it, the more natural English becomes. Now here's how you can keep a conversation going after your answer. Let's say someone asks you, what do you do? And you reply, I work in a hospital as a nurse. You can then ask, and what about you? Or, how about you? These short follow-up questions help keep the conversation balanced and flowing. Repeat with me. And what about you? How about you? Practice them after giving your answer. Make it a habit to return the interest. That's how natural conversation is built, back and forth, like a friendly dance. Let's now explore how to talk about your weekend. This is a common conversation topic, especially on Mondays. Here's a short example. This weekend was really relaxing. On Saturday, I slept in, then went out for coffee with a friend. On Sunday, I cleaned my apartment and watched a movie. Now try saying it with me, one sentence at a time. This weekend was really relaxing. On Saturday, I slept in, then went out for coffee with a friend. On Sunday, I cleaned my apartment and watched a movie. Now, make your own version. Talk about your last weekend, or even what you wish your weekend looked like. Practicing these kinds of daily conversations builds deep fluency over time. Let's switch now to talking about plans for the future. This is another common topic and a great way to use future tense structures like going to and will. Let's practice. I'm going to visit my parents next weekend. I think I'll try a new restaurant on Friday. We're planning to have a small get-together with friends. Repeat those slowly with me. I'm going to visit my parents next weekend. I think I'll try a new restaurant on Friday. We're planning to have a small get-together with friends. Now think about one thing you're going to do soon and say it out loud. Make the sentence full and specific. This gives your brain a clear picture to work with. Here's another useful pattern. I'm thinking of, followed by an activity. For example, I'm thinking of starting yoga. I'm thinking of learning how to bake bread. I'm thinking of visiting the mountains this summer. Let's practice together. I'm thinking of, and then complete it out loud with your own idea. This structure is casual and natural, perfect for conversations with friends or coworkers. Let's practice talking about hobbies now. Hobbies are a wonderful way to share who you are and connect with others. You can begin simply with, one of my hobbies is, or, in my free time, I like to. Try these. One of my hobbies is painting. In my free time, I like to play the piano. I love taking long walks in nature. Say them again with me. Now take a moment to think. What do you enjoy doing when you're not working or studying? Say it out loud. In my free time, I like to, and complete the thought. Let your voice get used to speaking about the things you care about. Now let's add some detail. For example, instead of just saying, I like reading, try saying, I like reading historical fiction. My favorite book this year was about ancient Rome. Instead of I like sports, you could say, I enjoy playing basketball with my friends on weekends. These little details make your speaking more interesting and real. Now try it. Take one of your hobbies and say something more about it. What kind of music do you like? What kind of food do you enjoy cooking? Speak it out now. Build your sentence piece by piece. Let's now shift to talking about family. Family is a common and heartfelt topic, and it gives you a chance to use simple vocabulary in meaningful ways. Say this with me. I have 2 siblings, a younger sister and an older brother. My parents live in the countryside. My family is very close. We talk almost every day. Now try talking about your own family. I have, or my. Just say 2 or 3 sentences. You don't need anything complex, just speak from the heart. This is one of the best ways to develop confidence in English. Let's now build a longer paragraph together. Repeat after me. My family is small but very close. I have one brother and he lives in another city. We talk on the phone every weekend. My parents live nearby and we often have dinner together on Sundays. I really appreciate the time we spend as a family. Now try building your own paragraph. Think about what your family looks like and how you spend time together. Say it slowly and with warmth. Let your English reflect your life. Let's practice the same for friendships. Friendships are also beautiful to talk about. Say this with me. One of my best friends is someone I've known since school. We have so many memories together. Even though we're both busy, we still make time to talk. Now create your own paragraph. Think of a friend and say a few sentences about them. This kind of reflection builds natural storytelling and gives your speaking an emotional rhythm that connects deeply. Let's move into talking about routines and responsibilities again, but this time in the context of your week. What does a typical weekday look like for you? Let's say this together. During the week, I usually wake up early and prepare for work. I spend most of the day at the office, working on emails and tasks. In the evening, I cook dinner, relax a little, and sometimes study English. Now you try. Describe your weekday, even just 3 sentences. Start with, on weekdays, I usually, and let the words come. Real practice from real life is the most powerful tool you have. Let's talk now about little everyday frustrations and how we speak about them naturally. It's totally normal to talk about small annoyances. For example, my bus was late this morning, so I had to wait in the rain. I forgot my lunch at home, so I had to buy something. The internet wasn't working and it made my work harder. Try saying those with me. My bus was late this morning. I forgot my lunch at home. The internet wasn't working. These little expressions help you talk honestly and casually. Now think of one small thing that went wrong this week and describe it simply in English. And of course, we don't only talk about problems, we also share small joys. This is one of the most beautiful ways to practice natural English. Say this with me. Today, I made the perfect cup of coffee. I heard my favorite song on the radio. I saw a rainbow while walking home. My friend sent me a sweet message. These are the small good things in daily life. Speak about them as part of your routine, and you'll find your English becoming more human, more grounded, more real. Let's continue building our fluency by talking about how we express habits and routines. Habits are the things we do regularly. And we can use simple structures like I usually, I always, I sometimes, and I never to describe them. Let's try a few together. I usually go for a walk after dinner. I always check my emails in the morning. I sometimes stay up late watching videos. I never drink coffee at night. Say those again slowly with me. Let your voice fall into a calm, natural rhythm. Now, create your own 4 sentences, one for each phrase. This is how you bring fluency into your real daily patterns. Now, let's go deeper into time expressions. These are phrases like every day, once a week, twice a month, in the evenings, or on weekends. Say them aloud with me. Every day, once a week, twice a month, in the evenings, on weekends. Now try adding them to full sentences. I practice English every day. I go to the gym once a week. We meet up twice a month. I relax in the evenings. I visit my grandparents on weekends. These small time markers are easy to use, and they make your English feel more natural and organized. Let's move into storytelling again, but this time let's tell stories from childhood. Childhood stories are full of feeling and memory, and they're great for practicing past tense verbs. Let's begin with something simple. When I was a child, I used to play outside every afternoon. I had a red bicycle that I loved. Sometimes my friends and I would climb trees or build forts. It was simple and full of joy. Now it's your turn. Think of one memory, just one, and tell it slowly out loud. Begin with when I was a child and keep speaking, even if it's just 2 or 3 sentences. This helps you connect your past with your English voice. Let's now explore the language of making decisions. This is a valuable skill in everyday conversation. You can say things like, I've decided to, or I'm still thinking about, or I haven't made up my mind yet. Say them with me. I've decided to start exercising more. I'm still thinking about which course to take. I haven't made up my mind yet about the trip. These are soft, flexible phrases, and they help you sound natural when expressing uncertainty or thoughtfulness. Let's do a decision-based mini dialogue. I'll start. Are you going to join the yoga class? You might say, I haven't made up my mind yet. I'm thinking about it. Then I say, it could be a fun way to relax. You respond, true. I might give it a try next week. That's a realistic and calm conversation about choice. Now try creating your own. Pick something you're currently thinking about and say a few lines about it out loud. This is how we train fluency through real-time reflection. Let's now go into describing weather and seasons. This is something that often comes up in small talk, and it's a great way to practice using adjectives and comparisons. Say this with me. It's sunny and warm today. It's been raining all morning. The wind is strong and cold. I love autumn because of the colors. Summer is nice, but sometimes too hot for me. Now try describing the weather today where you are. Say it in a full sentence. And add a feeling too, like, I enjoy this kind of weather, or I wish it were a bit cooler. Talking about the weather is simple, but it keeps the conversation flowing in real life. Let's now talk about shopping and making choices while shopping. These situations come up all the time, and they offer a great chance to practice natural expressions. Let's say, how much does this cost? Do you have this in a different size? I'm just looking, thank you. Can I try this on? Do you accept credit cards? Say them with me, slowly, and imagine you're in a store talking to a shop assistant. These phrases will serve you well, even in travel or daily errands. Let's act out a short shopping conversation. You say, "Hi, I'm looking for a black t-shirt." The assistant replies, "Sure, what size do you need?" You say, "Medium, please." The assistant says, "We have it in black and navy." You say, "I'll try both, thank you." The assistant replies, "Let me know if you need anything else." These role-play moments give you confidence when using English out in the world. Practice them until they feel automatic. Now, let's move into restaurant language. Another essential daily life skill. Say these phrases with me. Could I see the menu, please? I'll have the chicken sandwich. Can we get the check, please? This looks delicious. Excuse me, could we get some water? Practice these as if you're sitting at the table, placing your order, and interacting with the server. Imagine the rhythm, the pauses, the expressions. This kind of visualization practice is incredibly powerful for fluency. Let's build a restaurant scene together. You say, "Hi, a table for two, please." The host replies, "Right this way." Then the server says, "Can I get you something to drink?" You say, "Yes, I'll have an iced tea." Then the server asks, "Are you ready to order?" You say, "Yes, I'll take the grilled salmon with rice." The server replies, "Great choice." Later, you say, "Excuse me, can we get the check?" That's a full restaurant experience, spoken confidently in English. Practice this scene often to prepare for real-life moments. Now let's slow down for a moment and reflect on where you are in your speaking journey. Maybe you still feel unsure about grammar. Maybe your accent still feels different from native speakers. Or maybe you pause a lot while thinking. That's okay. All of that is part of the process. You are not behind. You are not late. You are learning. And every word you speak, every time you try again, brings you closer to the fluency you dream of. Say this with me now, slowly. I may not speak perfectly, but I am improving. I am brave for practicing. I choose to keep going. My voice is valuable. These affirmations aren't just nice words. They are reminders that you are doing something powerful. You are learning to communicate with the world in a new way, and that takes courage and consistency. Keep speaking, keep practicing, and trust the process, even when it feels slow. Let's now try one more fun fluency exercise called Talk for 1 minute. Pick any topic, your day, your favorite meal, your job, your plans for the weekend, and speak about it for 1 full minute without stopping. Don't worry about mistakes. Just keep talking. Keep the words moving. You can say, let's see. Today I woke up early and I had toast and coffee. Then I checked emails and went for a short walk. And so on. Practice this once a day, and you will see amazing improvement in your fluency and flow. Let's begin this part by thinking about how we express curiosity in English. Asking questions shows interest, and it keeps conversations alive and flowing. Sometimes we forget that curiosity is a sign of confidence, not weakness. So let's practice questions that help you learn more about others. Say this with me. What made you choose that job? How did you get into that hobby? What's something you've always wanted to learn? Now try asking one of those questions out loud, slowly, clearly, as if you're speaking to a friend. You'll notice your voice gets warmer when you're curious, and that's a beautiful part of language. Now imagine someone answers your question. Your next step is to show that you're listening. You might say, "Wow, that's interesting." Or, "Really? I had no idea." Or, "Tell me more about that." Say those with me. Wow, that's interesting. Really? I had no idea. Tell me more about that. These little responses encourage others to keep speaking, and you stay in the conversation naturally. Now let's imagine a full exchange. I say, I recently started learning how to draw. You say, really? That's interesting. What kind of things do you like to draw? Just like that, you've started a friendly, curious exchange. Let's now practice how to describe experiences, especially first-time experiences. These are fun and personal to share, and they help you use past tense with emotion. For example, the first time I tried sushi, I didn't like it, but now I love it. Or, I remember the first time I spoke English to a stranger. I was so nervous but proud afterward. Let's say them together. The first time I tried sushi. I remember the first time I spoke English to a stranger. Now think about your own first-time experience and describe it aloud in a few full sentences. What did you feel? What did you learn? That kind of storytelling is gold for fluency. Here's a great speaking task for fluency building. 3 things I've learned this year. Choose any 3 things, big or small, and speak about them one by one. For example, this year I learned how to manage my time better. I started reading every night. and I discovered that I love journaling. Now you try. Say, this year I learned, and finish the thought 3 times. This is a calm, structured way to practice reflection in English, and it helps you build strong, connected sentences. Let's now shift into expressing opinions about common topics. This can be hard for some learners because it feels like you have to speak perfectly, but you don't. You just need to be clear and kind with your thoughts. Try saying, in my opinion, reading is a great way to relax and grow. Or, I believe everyone should learn a second language. Or, I think we all need time away from screens sometimes. Let's say them together. In my opinion, I believe, I think. Now create your own sentence. Share your view on something that matters to you. This helps you find your voice, not just your words, in English. Let's now build confidence around polite disagreement. It's completely okay to have different views in conversation, and knowing how to express them gently is a sign of strong communication. You can say, I understand your point, but I see it a little differently. Or, that's a good thought. Here's how I feel. Or, I respect that, though my experience is different. Try these with me. I understand your point, but that's a good thought. Here's how I feel. I respect that, though my experience is different. These phrases give you space to speak honestly without conflict. Practice using them to share your views with grace and clarity. Let's try a short dialogue using polite disagreement. I say, I think people learn languages best by memorizing vocabulary. You say, I understand your point, but I find conversation practice more helpful for me. I say, that's fair. I guess it depends on the person. And you say, exactly. Everyone has a different learning style. That's a respectful and fluent exchange. Try acting it out again. Use your own tone, your own energy. This is how you prepare for real-world conversations that go deeper. Now let's practice emotional fluency. How do we talk about joy, sadness, worry, or excitement? Emotions live in the heart of language, and learning how to speak them makes your English more powerful and real. Say this with me. I felt really proud of myself today. Lately, I've been feeling a bit overwhelmed. I'm excited about the weekend. I was really moved by that story. Now, create your own. Think of something you felt strongly this week, and say it clearly. No need to be dramatic, just honest. Let your words carry emotion, even in their simplicity. Let's now work on expressing gratitude. Gratitude is a powerful emotion and a beautiful way to connect with people in conversation. Try these phrases. I'm really thankful for my friends. I appreciate the support I've received lately. I'm grateful for the small moments of peace in my day. Now say your own. What are you thankful for right now? Speak it in English, and let your tone reflect the feeling behind your words. This kind of emotional practice deepens your fluency and your connection with others. Let's take a moment to breathe and reflect. You've been practicing speaking in so many situations: shopping, family, feelings, curiosity, planning, opinion, storytelling. And it's okay if you don't remember everything right away. Fluency is built through repetition and rhythm, through returning to phrases again and again until they feel like your own voice. And that's what we're doing together, one soft, steady step at a time. Now let's practice a self-introduction, something you can use anytime you meet someone new. Say this with me. Hi, I'm Mia. I'm from Canada and I work as an English coach. In my free time, I enjoy walking, reading, and learning about different cultures. I love helping others improve their communication. Now create your own version. Hi, I'm from, I work as, or I'm studying. In my free time, I enjoy. Just 3 or 4 full sentences that reflect who you are. This is one of the most useful practices in speaking fluency, and you can use it anywhere in the world. Let's now add one more piece, talking about your learning journey. Say this with me. I've been learning English for a few years. At first, I felt shy, but now I'm gaining confidence. Speaking is still challenging, but I practice every day. I really want to connect with people around the world. Now, make your own version. Say it slowly, like you're sharing your story with someone kind. This kind of honest reflection builds deep fluency because you're speaking about something real, something close to your heart. Let's end this part with one more daily fluency exercise. Choose 5 objects around you and say one sentence about each. This is my phone. I use it to learn English. This is my notebook. I write down ideas here. This is my pen. It's my favorite one. This is my cup. It keeps my tea warm. This is my bag. I take it everywhere I go. Now, try your own 5 objects, 5 calm, clear sentences. You are training your mind to think in English and your voice to follow without hesitation. Let's begin this part by talking about something very simple but very important: asking for help. In English, asking for help is not only practical, it's also polite and respectful when done right. You can say things like, "Could you help me with this? Would you mind explaining that again? I'm not sure how this works. Can you show me?" Say those slowly with me. Could you help me with this? Would you mind explaining that again? Can you show me? These phrases are soft, clear, and natural. Now try asking for help with something in your own life. Speak it in your own voice, in full. Make it personal. Let's try a short conversation. You say, "Excuse me, could you help me carry this box?" The other person says, "Of course, no problem." You say, "Thanks so much. I really appreciate it." It's short, but powerful. Now you try saying the full exchange out loud. Ask clearly. Respond kindly. These short everyday moments are great fluency builders, and the more you practice them, the more natural they feel in real life. Let's now practice giving directions to someone who needs help. For example, the library is 2 blocks down, then turn right. Or, take the second left, then you'll see the building on your right. Say these slowly with me. The library is 2 blocks down. Take the second left. You'll see the building on your right. Now imagine you're helping a tourist in your city. Speak clearly. Describe the place. Give directions in English. Even a short, simple explanation helps you build fluency in giving useful information. Now let's focus on expressing feelings in different situations, especially in moments of stress or confusion. In real conversation, we sometimes need to say things like, "I'm feeling a bit overwhelmed," or "I'm not sure what to do right now," or "I need a moment to think." Let's say these gently, one by one. I'm feeling a bit overwhelmed. I'm not sure what to do right now. I need a moment to think. Now take a moment and reflect on a time when you felt uncertain. Try to speak one sentence about it in English. Just be calm. Be honest. This practice builds not only language, but emotional clarity too. Let's now build a conversation around giving comfort and encouragement. Someone might say, "I'm really stressed about this project." You can respond with, "I understand. You're doing your best." Or, "That sounds tough, but I know you'll get through it." Say those with me. You're doing your best. That sounds tough. You'll get through it. Now think of a time when someone you know needed support. Try saying something kind, supportive, and natural. In English, this is one of the most human things we do, and it's a wonderful way to grow your speaking skills with purpose. Let's move now into talking about health and how you feel physically. These are very common in small talk, travel, or just daily life. Let's begin with some basic sentences. I have a headache. I'm feeling a little tired today. My back hurts a bit. I'm not feeling well. I think I need to rest. Say them softly with me. I have a headache. I'm feeling tired. My back hurts. I think I need to rest. Now, speak about how you feel today. It could be something simple, like, I feel good, or my shoulders feel tight. These are real phrases you can use anytime, and they bring more comfort and understanding to your communication. Let's also learn how to ask how someone is feeling in a gentle, caring way. Try these. How are you feeling today? Are you okay? Is there anything I can do to help? These phrases are small, but they carry a lot of warmth. Practice saying them slowly, kindly, and with intention. Then imagine someone answers, and you listen patiently. You're not just practicing English, you're practicing kindness and connection. Now let's return to travel language. Whether you're traveling for fun, for work, or just imagining travel, it's useful to know how to speak in common travel situations. Say this with me. Where is the nearest hotel? How much is a one-way ticket? What time does the bus leave? I'd like a window seat, please. Do I need to show my ID? Try repeating those slowly. Now imagine yourself at a station, airport, or hotel. Go through the sentences one by one. Picture the moment. Feel the words. This kind of guided imagining strengthens your memory and fluency together. Let's now build a travel story. Repeat after me. Last summer, I took a train to a small town near the coast. The ride was peaceful, and I watched the trees pass by. When I arrived, I walked around, took pictures, and tried some local food. It was simple but unforgettable. Now, create your own version, real or imagined. Describe a trip, a city, or a dream destination. Speak it slowly, with details. Let the rhythm of your memory carry the words forward. Let's now talk about learning, how to speak about your study habits and progress in English. Say this with me. I try to study a little every day. Sometimes I practice with a friend. I like listening to English videos and repeating after them. I keep a notebook where I write down new phrases. Now say your own. What does your English practice look like? Say 2 or 3 full sentences. Be honest and speak slowly. This kind of personal reflection makes your English come alive with meaning. Now let's describe motivation. Why are you learning English? Say this out loud. I'm learning English so I can travel more confidently. Or, I want to speak with people from different countries. Or, it's important for my career. Now finish this sentence in your own voice. I'm learning English because. Say it clearly and proudly. Remind yourself that your goal matters. And every time you practice, even just for a few minutes, you're moving closer to that goal. Let's try a gentle fluency exercise now. It's called Describe the Moment. Right now, look around you and describe exactly what you see and feel. For example, I'm sitting at my desk. The sunlight is coming through the window. My notebook is open. I feel calm and focused. Now you try. Speak 3 or 4 sentences about your surroundings. Keep it simple. Speak with ease. This is fluency, not fancy words, but calm, clear description. Spoken like you live in he language. Let's now shift to sharing goals and intentions. These are a great way to practice future tense and confidence. Say this with me. This month, I want to finish a new book. I'm planning to join a conversation group. I'd like to speak English more naturally in meetings. My goal is to feel confident when I travel. Say these slowly, with belief. Now speak your own goal out loud. Start with, my goal is, and finish the sentence. Then try another one. I'd like to. These small affirmations train your voice and your mindset to walk toward fluency, one sentence at a time. Let's begin this final part by coming back to your voice, the sound of your thoughts as they move into English. Your voice doesn't need to be perfect. It just needs to be used. Fluency is not about speaking fast or using big words. It's about being able to say what you think, what you feel, and what you need without fear. So say this with me now. I have a voice. I can speak clearly. I am learning every day. And I will keep going, one sentence at a time. These are not just sentences. They are part of your story. Let's now return to something simple, talking about how your day is going. This is something you'll be asked often in English, and being able to respond naturally builds real confidence. Say this with me. It's been a busy day, but I'm doing well. Today's been slow and peaceful. I've had a lot on my mind, but I'm staying focused. So far, it's been a good day. Now create your own answer. Speak it aloud. Talk about your day right now as it is. Be honest, even if it's just one sentence. That's real fluency. Speaking what's true for you in the moment. Let's also practice asking about someone's day. Try these. How's your day going so far? Anything exciting happened today? What have you been up to lately? Repeat those with me. Slowly, clearly, naturally. These are warm and open questions that invite connection. The more you use them, the more you'll feel comfortable keeping a conversation alive. Let's now take a moment to review some of the powerful sentence starters we've practiced throughout this video. I think, I feel, I'm going to, I'd like to. One of my favorite, when I was a child, I believe. These are simple phrases, but they open doors. Use them to talk about yourself, your life, your memories, and your dreams. Practice by picking one each day and speaking about it for 1 or 2 minutes without stopping. This is one of the strongest habits you can build to boost fluency from the inside out. Let's return briefly to travel language, but this time, imagine you're meeting people from different countries and you want to get to know them better. Try these conversation openers. Is this your first time here? What do you like most about this place? Have you tried any local food yet? Say these slowly, with curiosity in your tone. Practice them out loud, even if you're alone. Now imagine a friendly exchange with someone at a cafe, museum, or event. You ask a question. They answer. You respond. These mental rehearsals strengthen your fluency even when no one else is around. Let's now speak about dreams. Dreams in life. Goals that live inside you. These are deep topics, and they deserve simple, powerful language. Say this with me. One of my dreams is to speak English confidently in any situation. I hope to use English to meet people from around the world. Someday, I'd love to visit an English-speaking country and feel at home. Now create your own dream sentence. Start with, "One of my dreams is," or "Someday I'd love to." Say it slowly. Say it as if it's already real. That's what builds emotional fluency, not just words, but the meaning behind them. Let's now take a gentle step into the rhythm of everyday speech. The little things we say all the time, but often overlook. Try these. No problem. Sounds good. I'll take care of it. Don't worry about it. Let me check on that. I'll be right back. Say them again with me. These soft phrases keep conversations light and practical. They're the glue that holds small talk, casual moments, and helpful responses together. Practice them often, and let them become second nature. Let's now reflect on how far you've come. In this one video, you've spoken about your day, your family, your feelings, your past, your goals, your opinions, your dreams. You've made plans, told stories, responded to questions, and imagined conversations in cafes, on buses, in shops, and with friends. That's real English, not textbook English, but living, breathing English, spoken from your own life, in your own voice, with calm confidence. And maybe you still make mistakes. Maybe you still pause or hesitate sometimes. That's not failure. That's growth. Every pause is part of the rhythm of learning. Every time you try again, you get closer to the version of yourself who can speak clearly, naturally, and freely. So please, be gentle with yourself as you keep practicing. Let's now create your own fluency plan. A calm, simple routine you can follow each day. Say this with me. Each morning I will speak one sentence about how I feel. During the day, I will describe what I'm doing, even in small phrases. At night, I'll reflect on one moment in English, what I did, what I learned, how I felt. And I will keep showing up, no matter how small the step. These are promises you make not to me, but to yourself. Because learning English is not just a skill, it's a relationship you build with your own voice, your own story, your own power. Let's now do one final calming shadowing practice together. Repeat this paragraph after me, slowly, with feeling. Today, I practiced speaking. I made mistakes, and that's okay. I said real sentences from my life. I used my voice without fear. I remembered that fluency is not speed, it's connection. I am learning. I am growing. I am enough. Say that again in your own voice. Not to be perfect, but to be present. That's how you build not only language, but confidence that lasts. And now, as we come to the end of this session, I just want to say thank you for showing up, for giving your time and energy to your growth, for trusting this process. I'm so proud of you for every sentence you spoke, every word you repeated, and every small moment of courage you chose today. You are on your way, step by step, sentence by sentence, word by word. And I'll be right here again whenever you're ready to